Hello, and welcome to my latest obsession, Varlamar Wealthy Citizen Thieving, as well as Fletching. So for those who do not know, you can thieve wealthy citizens in Varlamar, and pretty much what you do is you wait for the kids to distract the wealthy citizens, and then you pickpocket them and steal their money. And you can also get these crazy keys that you can break into their house and steal more stuff from them. I use the plugin House Thieving Varlamore, and that makes these little squares appear. And when they turn green, that means you can steal from them. And you may be saying, Menji, you're not wearing your graceful. What's up with that? So you want to wear the rogue set to get better XP rates and more loot from these wealthy citizens. So you can get that by doing the little maze in Birthrop. Well, it's not really a maze. It's like a agility course. And it's in the Rogue's Den in Birthrop, right in the pub here. So you pretty much go in there and you do the agility course. And at the end of the agility course, you have a chance to get a rogue outfit. And it took me about like an hour, 2 hours to do. So it's not too hard. It definitely is time consuming though, but definitely worth it if you're going to be doing thieving here. And so pretty much what you do is you wait for the green squares, and this is where the fletching comes in. So you can see here that I have a bunch of supplies to make arrows. So while you wait, you click on the shaft, you click on the feathers, you make 10 because for some reason you can't make more than 10. You do this while you wait for the little green square. When the little green square appears, you go over to the wealthy citizen and start stealing their money and their pouches. You also have a chance to getting the keys as well, which I said before. You can go to their house. I'll show you later how you do that. And once the green square goes away, you don't have to click anymore. You pretty much just click once, you auto steal, and then you don't try to do it again, or else you're going to end up like this guy and get knocked unconscious. So now that we're in the waiting period, we can make some more headless arrows, and we kind of look around to see if any of them turn green. The kids will also say something. It's like they're either dancing or they lost something or whatever, and then they'll turn green. They'll start walking over to the kid, and then you can start stealing from them. All right, so the one just turned green here, so we can go over and start stealing. This is a great way to do AFK thieving as well. All right, so he just stopped, and he turned blue, and so see that guy got stunned, and I stopped stealing from him because I knew not to keep clicking. So now let's see how much I get from the coin pouch. Very nice. And you can see that I'm out of the sticks. So when I'm out of the sticks, I can switch over to putting the headless arrows onto the mithril arrow tips. And obviously make 10 because it makes sense that you can only do 10 at a time. It doesn't make sense. And you pretty much want to just keep repeating this until you have however many keys that your goal is. My goal is always 100 keys because these 100 keys are going to last me a really long time to steal from the houses. So a way to get these supplies if you're an Iron Man is obviously feathers you can either get from Tempros, or you can just go to the chicken farm and pick up the feathers there. Well, actually, if you're an Iron Man, you can't do that. To get the arrow shafts, you just, whatever your fletching level is, you see what you can make. So my fletching level is 70, so I can do use. So if you go over here to arrows and scroll down, I can do U logs, and I get 75 arrow shafts per log. So I'm able to do I'm able to get a bunch of arrow shafts, make the arrowheads based on whatever your smithing level is. So my smithing level is also 70, so I can make mithril arrow tips. So you just make a bunch of mithril arrow tips, a bunch of arrow shafts, and collect as many feathers as you can. And you just kind of go to town while you're here, and you're leveling both fletching and thieving at the same time, which is great. We love that. All right, now that we have 100 keys, let's kind of focus on the house. So there's 3 different houses that you can go to in Varlamore to steal from. So let's see kind of where they're at right now. With the plugin, it shows the arrow where the door is that the person left the house to go to the bank to see how much money they have. So let's go break in, and then we can choose one of these locations. We can do the jewelry case, we can do the wardrobe, or we can do the chest over here. So let's do the wardrobe since it's the middle of the house. And when you want to escape, when the guy's at the door, you just exit through the window here, and you just kind of scoot out of the house as quickly as you can. So with the plugin, it also tells you where the special chests are. So in a few moments, you'll see that I can get Cersei's chest. It highlights green, so I go over to it, and I get a boosted XP. And this guy's about to come home, so I'm going to run over to the window here and exit out the door. Or exit out the window, sorry. Alright, we made it out. So now, we go to the next house and repeat. So it looks like they're not leaving this house. They're obviously not leaving this house. So there's one all the way on the other side here. That is probably open. Yep, we can see the green door. Let's go to that and let's start stealing. And as I'm stealing, you'll be able to see I have these valuables that are stacking. Varlamore Thieving is really great because everything is really stackable here. So we don't have to worry about inventory space a lot, which is why we can do fletching alongside of the thieving. So you'll see these valuables. There's a guy next to the bank that you can trade these valuables in for GP. So when we hit 100, we can go and trade that in and see how much money we get from him. And also, if you steal from the jewelry case over here, you have a chance to get actual jewelry, which is good for enchanting or the high elking. Alright, we got that boosted XP. We can go back to the jewelry and see if we can get any jewels. And you can see up here, Timeson's bonus chest with 25 seconds. So when that turns, I believe, like a green color or a red color, then it's going to pop up with a new chest. And it also tells you when the owner left. And so when it turns red, that means they're about to come home as well. All right, so it looks like we got a new chest. All right, looks like we... Oh, kept going. I thought we stopped. Another way to know when to leave is the child outside the house here will whistle. And so when he whistles, then that's a way to know when to leave because the owner's going to be coming home. And we can also see that the owner's about to come home here. See the child whistles, so we can exit out now. And we're out. Alright, so we got about 127 valuables. You can also get Blessed Bone statuettes. So what you want to do with those is you take your chisel and you smash it, and then you get the Blessed Bone shards. And then you are pretty much all set for that. Alright, let's make our way over to the bank here. So you're going to see this guy over here. It's Oriana, or Oriana, maybe? I don't know. But you can do trade-in. And so we have 127 valuables. So we can type in 127. So we had 3,900 GP. Now we have 10,000 GP. So looks like we got about 6,900 GP from the 127 valuables, which is pretty good. So I hope you enjoy this little tutorial guide thing for Varlamore Wealthy Citizens Thieving, as well as Fletching. It's pretty AFK. You get good thieving XP from this, as well as Fletching XP while you're waiting. So I hope that helps. If you liked this video, make sure to click the like button below. Subscribe if you like these guides. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.